Hello. Oof. I'm ready for bed, so I'm gonna make this one quick. So I woke up at like 8 just to use the restroom. Went back to sleep again. Woke up at around 11. Greeted my mom and my sister. Um, got a cinnamon roll. Heated in the microwave. Made a cup of coffee. My mom left to go to work. I decided to go and originally I was going to try to find something to watch on YouTube, but looking at the recommended options on the algorithm was providing was driving me crazy. So I decided to open my um, Blu-ray collection that I haven't touched in a really long time. Because I was like, man, at least that's not gonna feel like I'm digging through needle in a haystack. And immediately what jumped out to me was the X Files Season 1 Blu ray. And I was like, oh, I'll just get that instead. So I asked my sister, since we were watching the other episodes, if she'd be interested in watching the next one, and she said yes. So I put the episode in, and we watched it together. Um, I had my cinnamon roll, my coffee, and we watched this episode. I forget what it was called, something about like a machine, but it was basically like a episode about how like this guy created like super like machine learning intelligence, like AI, and like the AI was starting to become rogue and killing like the CEO of the company and like um different um people having to do with investigating the AI. And so Agent Scully and Mulder were on the case, and we are introduced to, like this brand new character that apparently was like friends with Mulder back in the day, that like taught him everything he knows. And this like new character like decides to research what's going on with the rogue AI, but when he goes into the building, the rogue AI like uses a camera, sees him, and decides to take him out in the elevator. So I always think it's really weird how these old 90s shows, they like introduce like a new character that's like, yeah, they were always buddies with one of the main characters, and then just immediately decides to take them out. It's like, whoa, I guess we should expect that with every new character being introduced that has close ties to the established characters going forward or something, right? So I think that's pretty interesting. Overall, the episode was pretty good. It was like basically they were trying to understand like why the CEO like got rid of the original founder of the company, and they believe the original founder like had a motive for taking the CEO out, but it turns out that the robot did it on its own, and they decided to put a program to essentially turn the robot off. And there's all kinds of different things that happen that are like unexpected. Overall, I would say this was a pretty solid episode. I really like the coziness of the X Files. It's a really cozy show, if that makes any sense. Like it's the kind of show where it just doesn't like feel like it's like grabbing you by the shirt and shaking you around. It just feels like a pleasant friend who just decides to pay a visit and just is really chill and like is down for like, I don't know, playing some Scrabble or something. You know, it doesn't feel like the person that's like breaking through the window and then saying, "Hey, listen to me. I gotta tell you something. It's crazy." It's more like, "Hey, how you doing? Let's solve this mystery together." Yeah, yeah, I like that. That's pretty good. Anyways, after we were done watching the episode, my sister asked me to go to a print shop to collect prints for my middle sister because they're going to a con tomorrow. I'm actually going to go to the con tomorrow as well um, because my middle sister had free passes, so looking forward to that. So, yeah, I decided to help out. I drove her off to the the print shop. We got the prints. There was a little bit of trouble because the location we went to seemingly was closed, but there was like a guy outside who just so happened to know my middle sister, who knew like that we were trying to help her out. So he like guided us towards the prints and like opened up the shop and gave them to us, which was really nice. And we thanked him and we left. My sister gave me two options. One was $10 for the trip, or the other option was a meal at any place of my choosing. And I decided to choose Taco Bell because Taco Bell, I hadn't eaten that in a while. So we left off to go to Taco Bell. When we arrived, I decided to eat in the restaurant. So we went in the restaurant. We got some food. I got a bean and cheese burrito, a taco with the Dorito shell, and also a like chalupa, I think it was called. And my sister got me a potato and cheese bowl, and yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it. And we just hung out. We talked about this guy called Professor Dave, like who was debunking the telepathy tapes, and I explained why, and like we were talking about how like some, how he had very valid reasons for his debunk, and how he was upset about it, and rightfully so, because based on the evidence he presented, it would appear this lady is just grifting and trying to get money out of hopeful parents that want the best for their kids, but they don't know how to provide it. So yeah, but we also talked about how like it would be interesting if he could test like his beliefs with this lady who has the ability of like mind sight and can see things even when blindfolded. I think that would be very interesting to see. Well, anywho, we left. When we arrived back at home, I got dressed and left for work. Said goodbye to my sister, told her I love her. I went in my car. She gave me her leftovers from the Taco Bell that she didn't eat, so it was like, ooh, cool. It was a wrapped up, fully ready to eat, like puffy taco. So yeah, not I have eaten. I was really thankful for that. Took that with some cheesy baked Cheetos and some salsa packets, as well as a Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. Then I left. I got out. I got back to work. I punched in. I swept the floors, including produce, break room, store floor. Punched in my sweeps on time. Checked the restrooms. Greeted my coworkers. Took my first 10-minute break doing some breath work with Sandy. And then I got a call from my family friend asking if I'd be interested in having some freshly made burritos with meat, black beans, and onions and cheese. And I said, yeah, that sounds good. Yes, please. And so they brought it to me around my lunch break. I thanked them greatly. Before I could eat the food, I decided to fill my car with gas on my lunch break. It was like 40 $5 for 7 gallons. It was pretty crazy. But after I got my car filled, I arrived back. I went to the break room. I ate my burritos with the Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. And oops, sorry about that. And then after that, as I was eating, I was watching a little documentary by Ross Coulthart, where he was talking with a guy who's discussing potential structures on the moon, which I thought was really interesting. After that, I went downstairs, I punched back in, I got straight to work on my closing duties, I threw out the trashes, I refilled the paper bags, I wiped every check stand. It was really frantic time. I was like bagging while also wiping the check stands all at the same time. I closed the produce blinds, I refilled the cleaners and paper towels. My coworker brought in the carts and the signs and cleared lot, which I was very grateful for. I chatted with my coworker, who was the cashier, about me going to a Comic-Con, and that I'll be interested to see what's going on with that, and I'll be taking pictures. And then after that, I decided to show him these NASA moon photos to see what his reaction would be, like that supposedly have this anomalous phenomenon. He kind of seemed like, oh, that's interesting, and then yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I really hope that eventually we do get some genuinely compelling, like looking, like 4K hot up close and personal pictures or photos or videos. Because even though these photographs are a big deal in my opinion, because they've been withheld from the public for a really long time and are only now being shown, I still think that it's just the tip of the iceberg, and there really should be a lot more compelling data or evidence being shown. Yeah. So after that, I finished wiping down check stand 4. I punched out. I said goodbye to my co-manager and one of the remaining workers. I drove back home. I found one of our cats sleeping outside. I grabbed him and pet him. I brought him in to be seen by my mom. She pet him, and then I said goodnight. I decided to watch a video from YMS called YMS Watches Too Boldly Flee, where they watched the first movie from Paul Walker, the creator of The Nostalgia Critic, which was this web show that I used to watch all the time growing up, but I haven't watched an episode since 2016 or 17, something like that. Maybe 2018 at the latest. I kind of fell off from that, but yeah, I will admit that when I do watch footage, it does give me this weird sense of nostalgia, even though I'll admit it's very cringe. But there's something genuinely interesting and fascinating about it. It's really hard to describe. So yeah, after I was watching him basically react to this with his friend, and them looking genuinely uncomfortable or annoyed throughout the whole thing, which was interesting. I used the restroom, I took my vitamins, I brushed my teeth, and then I made this video. So that's pretty much the day. Yeah, it was a good day. I'm gonna go to bed now. Good night, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody. Take care.